I grew up eating Chinese Indonesian food all the time, but I never really thought much about it. It was just normal to me until I realized not many people actually familiar with some Chinese Indonesian food I grew up eating. So today, I wanted to spend an entire day revisiting the foods that basically shaped my childhood. So it's Sunday today, and Sunday for me is Bakmi Day. I grew up eating bakmi every Sunday, especially after church, either bakmi or congee. But bakmi is usually like everybody's favorite. So I'm gonna head to this bakmi place for breakfast. They're open at 10. It's currently 8:25. And I'm trying to reach out to them and to ask if they're actually open today or not. It's gonna take 40 minutes for me to get there, and it's gonna be ridiculous if I get there and they're not open. And the thing about like small businesses here in Bali is sometimes they just don't update their opening hours. So I have big trust issue. But nobody picked up. So even though it was almost 40 minutes away, I decided to go anyway. But first, breakfast. I stopped by this small Pontianak snack place that sells a lot of Chinese Indonesian snacks from West Borneo. They're barely open. My family is from this region, so almost everything they have here are basically what I had growing up. I got probably the most classic Pontianak dish, which is choy pan and homemade soy milk. It's basically a soft steamed dumpling with a thin, chewy skin made from rice flour, usually filled with things like jicama, chives, or taro. This one only had jicama and dried shrimp inside, which is the classic version I grew up eating. I'm gonna have it without the sambal first. The garlic is so crispy. My mom occasionally make this at home, usually on Sunday. She would make this in the morning and we will have this for breakfast, lunch, even dinner. So basically, I could eat just this for the whole day. Now that I'm an adult, I realize there's no protein in here. It's just all carbs. Maybe a little bit protein because there's like a small dried shrimp inside, but that is not enough. I gotta say, I'm a pretty good dumpling maker, but making this, I cannot. This is so difficult to make. I tried to make this many times with my mom in the kitchen, and I always failed many times, and she would always get mad at me and eventually kick me out of the kitchen. I think the best part of this dish is the fried garlic on top. The first time I had a coffee with soy milk, it was so disgusting. It just tastes like when you blend tofu and then you add espresso in it. No. It's like eating bitter tofu, you know what I mean? Or drinking bitter tofu. It's so weird. I also got some snacks to bring home, and I'll show you guys later in this video.
A few moments later.
So yeah, I drove 40 minutes and it was closed. So I end up at this place, and this is how I know it's gonna be good because it's literally in their house. Let's see if it's any good. This was definitely more of a Medanese style noodle. It's thin, curly, springy noodles with savory soy-based seasonings and lots of toppings. Traditionally, this style usually comes with pork toppings, but this place made everything with chicken instead. Let's try the chicken first. I love the texture of the noodle. It's very al dente. I love al dente noodles. And I like my noodles pretty simple like this actually, with just chicken, some mushrooms, and some greasy, delicious oil. It was really good. The dumplings were probably my favorite part. I absolutely loved the dumpling. But the thing that stood out the most was the soup. It had this really strong homemade chicken broth flavor that reminds me so much of the mie ayam stalls I used to eat at in Jakarta growing up. They just wash everything down. Oh, that is really comforting. It started raining, so I decided to rush back home and try the snacks I bought earlier. So I'm back home now, and I got some snacks. This one is called kalochi. I should probably Google it. Kalochi in English. Kalochi is a traditional Chinese Indonesian dessert from Singkawang, West Kalimantan, or West Borneo. It is a local variety of mochi. It's a mochi, guys, but it's just called kalochi. Typically served without filling and cut into bite-sized pieces, and generously coated with a sweet, crunchy mixture of ground peanuts and sugar. That's basically it, guys. It looks like shit already because it stayed inside my scooter for probably 4 hours. It's not supposed to look like this, trust me. Mmm. Mmm. This just reminds me of after school. It's sweet and I love the peanuts. Mmm. For me, the best part is the peanuts and the sugar. Mmm. Kalochi. Remember the name. Kalochi. Next one. Tahwa is a really soft silky tofu dessert served warm or cold with ginger syrup and palm sugar. Look how soft it is. It's so soft that it breaks so easily. You just have to mix this a little bit so the sugar is evenly distributed. Mmm. Oh, the ginger just warms my throat. Oh my god. That is so soft. I don't even need to chew it. It just slides down your throat very easily. The ginger is not too strong, but it's a perfect amount of spice. So it's like it warms your throat without feeling like it's burning. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I was not like a big fan of this. Like it was okay, but my mom always got me this whenever I don't feel good or whenever I have sore throat or a cough. And every time I had it, I always appreciated this more than when I'm not sick. Since it's a very hot day, it's not nice to have this hot. So I'm just gonna put this in the fridge and eat it later when it's really cold. Yes, you can eat this warm, hot, or cold. Whatever you want. It tastes good either way. For dinner, I went to this Chinese homestyle warung that instantly reminded me of the kinds of places my family used to eat at growing up. The kind where you'd randomly run into neighbors or someone your parents know. Nothing fancy, just food cooked by someone who probably learned through years of feeding family and friends. Today is Monday because they were closed on Sunday. So this is the kind of like family restaurant or home restaurant, should we call that? This is the type of place that me and my family would go to, have dinner, enjoy our Sunday night. Yeah, but not eating with my family right now. But you know what that means? That means I can order as much as I like. Without any, nagging from my mom that I eat too much. We ordered all the dishes I grew up eating, very classic Chinese Indonesian family dinner food. And the moment everything arrived at the table, it genuinely felt like a time travel. Everything tasted really close to home. Honestly, one of the better Chinese Indonesian meals I've had in Bali. Everybody's favorite on the table is always this fluffy omelette called fuyung hai, usually filled with vegetables or meat with sweet savory tomato sauce. It is basically one of the classic dishes that almost every family orders. Wow, it's super hot. Oh, it's hot. But my favorite all the time is probably koloke, which is basically Chinese Indonesian sweet and sour fried chicken. And I feel like this dish says a lot about Chinese Indonesian food in general. It's heavily influenced by Chinese cooking, but also adopted so much to Indonesian taste. I used to bring this to school for lunch all the time. It's sweet, sour, a little savory. I think what makes Chinese Indonesian food feel so nostalgic to me is that it was never really treated as special occasion food growing up. It was just everyday life, weekend breakfasts, family dinners, random late night meals. Revisiting all of this feels more like reconnecting with a part of my life I don't think about very often anymore these days.